Hey there. Happy Monday. So here we are, 8 o'clock. I'm on time actually tonight. How about that? I didn't think I was going to. I got wrapped up in some goofy other thing and looked down and said, "Oh my God, it's 7:56." So here I am. Hello to Vasily, Kyle Walker, Liam, Brad Palmer, the one and only. Good to see you guys. And everybody else who's joining in. It is awesome to see everybody. Now that I've got this new poll thing going on, I'm like, I think I'll do a poll every week now that I know how to do them. Hey, there's Marie Palmer. Good to see you. So yeah, I put a poll up mostly because I've been kind of kicking around this idea. Obviously every Monday at 8 o'clock, I'm here and I do the live stream with you guys. But then after a week or two, I make it private because I'm like, I didn't just think anybody would want to go back and watch an old one from okay, I don't know, October or something. But I was talking with a couple of friends. Hey, Kelly, good to see you, aka Mama Bear. And they had suggested that maybe it's a good idea to have them up because it shows more content on the channel. And I didn't think of it that way because I don't know. I guess to me, I wouldn't have probably gone back and watched it, but maybe there's folks that would like to do that. So I'm just kind of throwing it up there to see, think it's worth doing. I mean, there's no harm either way. So, it's just an opinion. I think I probably might, though, just to see what happens. And if people actually do go back and watch, some of the older live streams. I feel like it's different because we're not going anywhere. It's just me chatting with you. So I don't know if there's interest in that, but again, no harm, no foul. So maybe we'll try it. It looks like everybody's liking the idea so far that's voted. So that's good. Hey, Derek, thanks for joining in tonight and appreciate the birthday wishes. Thank you. Thank you. Nice of you to be here tonight. Appreciate it. And yeah, it's been fun. I'm still getting birthday gifts. That's the best part, right? So yeah, I got some really nice ones today, very thoughtful ones today that I appreciate. And I had a nice couple of birthday cards that came in a little bit late, but I got those and that was cool from a couple of different people. And yeah, so it's all good. March is a good month. So, and we're getting there. We're almost to April. It's officially spring, right? So we're on our way to April. And I will take that every day. It actually snowed here a little bit this morning, a little bit. And they claimed that it was lake effect snow off of Alexandra Bay, kind of coming strangely from the north down. So we never get that, but hey, it's crazy winter. Why not, right? So yeah, we got a little bit of crazy lake effect snow off the St. Lawrence River of all places today. Who knows? Who knows? I'm done with it. But yeah, other than that, it's actually, I think next week it's supposed to get kind of more mild and be a little bit more like you would expect for spring. So I'm going to be happy about that. It is kind of a busy week here. I have the kickoff event for it's like a kickoff party essentially for my Relay for Life event. So we'll get all the teams and captains and volunteers together on Wednesday night and do a little kind of recap of last year and talk about this year's theme and get everybody excited to get going for this year. So that's kind of cool. I always look forward to seeing everybody. So that'll be fun. Something to look forward to. Strangely enough, because I saw Derek put the thing up about football, and why that made me think of basketball, I don't know. But I did fill out a bracket this year for the March Madness stuff. And honestly, I don't really follow stuff. So, I mean, I have no idea what I'm doing. But I went and checked on it today because it's the first time I checked on it in a week. And believe it or not, all of my Final Four picks are still active. A lot of other things are not, but all my final four picks are active. So I guess there's that. I don't think that I'm going to be winning any millions, but whatever. I don't have enough points, I don't think, to qualify for all that, but I think that's pretty amazing I got that far, so I'll take it. Yes, Jays home opener Friday night. I was just looking at the schedule, Chris, and because I was looking with somebody else the other day, and they open against Oakland, who sucks. Then they have the Rockies, who suck even worse. And then they have the Dodgers, who are like the best in the world, supposedly. So it's like, what a strange way to start the season. It's like they could be 6-0 by the time they hit the Dodgers. I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting to see how this all plays out. I think on the plus side, everyone's going to be very excited because they hopefully should win the first 6 games without much effort. But who knows? So I don't know. Of course, if they don't win the first 6 games against the 2 worst teams in the league, we're going to know there's real problems, I guess. But I did see they extended John Schneider's contract, so he's going to be coaching the Jays for another few years. And I do think John Siddle is going to take over for Buck Martinez in the booth, which is cool. Joe, he's filled in a few times over the last couple of years, and I think he's done a good job. So I think that's well deserved and good for him. So yeah, off and running. Jays are ready to take flight, as they used to say. So hopefully they're off to a good start this year. Yeah, he's a good broadcaster. I agree with you there, Chris. Absolutely. So yeah, I am happy to see baseball back. It's all good with me. And it is, I don't know if it's good that we have like the 2 worst teams to start the year, because you'd like to have a little bit of softness in the schedule later too. But I guess we'll just play them away on the road, and that'll be how it goes. So yeah, I think from the standpoint of Colorado, they probably want to play, the schedule makers probably put them in places that have like domes or warmer weather stuff, because Colorado at this time of year is always questionable. Denver is whether they're going to have snow or not, and they're outdoors. So I think from the standpoint of the Major League Baseball schedule makers, they try to put Colorado on the road and for the first like maybe 6 to 9 games or so. But so Chris asking, how do I watch the Jays game? So I have Spectrum, which is my cable provider. And yes, I'm still on cable because why wouldn't I be, right? And I get their Major League Baseball package. So I get all of the out-of-market games for all of the, home and out-of-market games for all of the different teams. So I get the home feed if it's whatever park they're in. So if the Jays are home, then I'll, hosting a game, then I will get their feed. If they're playing, say, in Texas, then I will get the Texas feed. It's whatever park is home they're broadcasting from. That's the feed I'll get. Sometimes they occasionally will mix it up and they'll offer both feeds and you can pick from the two. But more times than not, it's usually, whoever has the home park. So, and unfortunately, I got to watch the stupid Yes Network and watch the Yankees because it's my market game. And Yes owns the market here, then I can't avoid them. I have to watch the Yankee feed. Ugh, God. It is the worst thing to have to sit through those stupid Yankee games and listen to the Yankee announcers. But I put it on mute most of the time, so I just watch the game. But anyway, hey, Zaza Puppy's here too. Hello, hello. Let's go Yankees. How do I ban Zaza from the channel? Oh my gosh. But yep. So anyway, but yeah, and it's the same with like the Amazon games or the Apple TV games and all this stuff too. I don't have any of those, so I just don't watch when they have those games. So, but Yankees or Mets if I had to pick one. So, I have one of my best buds is a Mets fan. So one of my first game in Toronto was when the Mets came to visit, and I treated him for tickets, and we came up for a game. So I will say that I do have a bit of a soft spot for the Mets, but I would not say that I'm like a rabid fan of theirs of any sort. So, and screw the Yankees. So, yeah. The Mets are always more to be pitied than feared. The Yankees are just annoying, and they're in our division, so I can't root for them. It's just the way it goes. It's like rooting for the Red Sox or the Orioles. Can't vote. If you're going to be a Jays fan, you can't root for them, so they can buzz off. Oh, well. But even that being said, I don't really despise Baltimore. But I ain't going to root for them. I'm a Jays fan. That's how it goes. So, yep. So yeah, there's that. I guess I don't really have a National League team per se. At the time, if you asked me like 10 or 15 years ago, I probably would have said it was the Mets, but yeah, I don't know. I don't really follow most of the National League teams very much to say that I can claim any of them as an actual fan. Though my first Major League Baseball game I ever attended was in Montreal, watching the Expos. So honestly, if they were still around, I would claim the Expos as my National League team. So there you go. And since they went to Washington, I mean, obviously they're not the Expos, and I don't really root for them necessarily, but it's just kind of a little bit of trivia, I guess, that I know I see the Washington Nationals, and instantly in my head, I'm like, those are the Expos. So, well, but yeah, my first game up was up in Montreal because our family camp is only a couple hours away. So I always wanted to go see an MLB game. And we went up, my dad and I went up to go see it. And they were playing the Marlins at the time. And this is back in like the early 2000s. It was kind of in their when they were declining, to say the least, and both teams were awful. So it was not like one of those games that like people are going to go crazy about. But it was my first game, and it was at the Big O Olympic Stadium. So, but oh well. So as it was the last Expo game in Olympic Stadium 12 years ago. Yep, you were at it. That's cool. I remember the game that we went to. They had the Expos were doing a giveaway, and they had nesting dolls, like the Russian nesting dolls, with Expos players, and I still have that. So I don't think I've ever opened it really, but that was the giveaway at the game, so I got that and brought it back with me. So it's pretty cool. I wish the Expos would come back. I think they will. I do think the Expos will be back. There's enough interest in all that type of stuff. Zaza wants to see the nesting doll thing. So, all right, maybe I'll go get it. Should I go get it? I don't know how easy it is to get. Let me think about this. Is it in a place I can get it easy? Maybe. I'll take a quick look, okay? So entertain yourselves for a minute, and I'll see if I can find it. All right, I got it. I had to take down like an inch worth of dust off of it. But this was the giveaway. I guess there was a series of 3, and this was the one for Orlando Cabrera. I missed the one for Larry Parrish and Andres Galarragas. So this was in 2004. So this is the Orlando Cabrera one. So has his stats and all this. He was Expos Player of the Year in 2001 and 2003. And he got a Gold Glove in 2001, and he hit 17 home runs in 2003, setting a team record for a shortstop. So there you go. Just a little cool little piece of Expos history. A little excitement there from back in the day, 2004. Wow, that's like what, 22 years ago now. So, who is my favorite Expo player? Honestly, I'm going to say Vlad Guerrero because he was the one I wanted to see when we went to the game. But I know, Gary Carter was cool and Orlando Cabrera, I remember him and all that. Felipe Alou, actually, I know their manager I thought was pretty cool. Larry Walker, yes. So Chris had hair back then. A lot of us had more hair back then, I guess. Yeah, they had a lot of good players. They had Pedro Martinez, though I never saw him pitch for the Expos. And they had Randy Johnson for a short while too. So yeah, they had some very good players, here and there coming through. But it's just a shame their ownership was kind of crappy at the time and all, and they got a raw deal for Major League Baseball, I think. But I think there's enough willpower for them to come back. And Rob Manfred, the current president, who's actually his hometown is like 10 miles from me. He's from Rome, New York. And actually, he made a donation to one of the teams at one of my events one time because I remember going through the checks and I'm like, oh, look, a check from Rob Manfred. That was pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, the Expos got kind of a raw deal, but I think there's enough. He's mentioned a few times that he wants Montreal to have a team again. So I think it'll happen. And that'll be cool. I can't wait to go see another game there. They'll probably have a new park in downtown because that's what they want to build. And I think from everything I've heard, they're getting close to getting stuff happening. Oh yeah, Andre Dawson. And it's funny because I got his pin and his postcard and stuff from when he was inducted into the baseball hall. I went down to Cooperstown for a little visit. I think it was the weekend after he was inducted, or maybe 2 weeks after. And they still had a bunch of his stuff, like tchotchke things and all that from when he was from induction weekend. And I remember getting those. So yearbook and all these type of stuff. So I always liked Andre Dawson too. He's a classy guy, I thought. So though I think they're recasting his plaque in Cooperstown though, because they put him in as an Expo and he did not want to go as an Expo. So they're recasting his plaque to have no team icon on the hat because he preferred to go in with the Cubs logo. And Major League Baseball had put him in with the Expos. So they're honoring his request, but only halfway, I guess you could say. So they're taking the Expo off, but not really giving him the Cubs. So I guess that's the way it goes. It's the best you can hope for as a player, right? Oh, well. But yep. And what else has been going on? All of our snow here, we're like 99% done with snow. I did say it snowed a little this morning. That's long melted off. But as far as our big snowbanks and all that stuff goes, it's they're pretty much down to almost nothing. I have really no snow left in my yard. And even in the park, you'd have to take the really, really ginormous banks of snow, and they're down to like, maybe 4 or 5 centimeters tall at best, and they're on their way out. So I think we are definitely just about done with the snow stuff, which is fine with me. So I almost feel like, knock wood, we're done with snow for the season, but I guess we'll see what Mother Nature decides. But I feel like between this week, there's not really any snow in the forecast, and it's supposed to warm up. So it looks like right after like the 29th or 30th. It's all really mild. So I don't know. We'd have to get something like crazy in mid-April, which isn't totally unheard of. We've had snow on Mother's Day, but I just feel like we might be done with it. So we'll see. Brad says, don't put the snowblower away yet. Yeah, it's still available if I need it, but I think we might be close. I think we're close to being done with it. So I'm happy with that idea. And I'm happy to start thinking about spring and summer. So it's all good with me. For those of you that follow Frankie's antics, his seasonal allergies are back up in business again. Poor buddy. He gets like this goopy scaling around his neck, which is like, it's like your sweat gland goes over producing and then it clumps kind of in this greasy kind of stuff. And gets a little scaly. It's just disgusting. And so he's been dealing with that. It's just, So I feel bad for him, but he's back on his allergy meds, and so far today has been pretty good. When I eat Smarties, I can't even tell you the last time I even had Smarties, to be honest with you. So I really couldn't tell you. I don't really remember it. I'm sure I know I had them at some point in my childhood, but I really couldn't tell you the last time that I had them. I'm not a huge candy person necessarily, like just to go buy a candy bar or something like that, but I do like sweets, but I had a really nice peanut butter chocolate bar from a nice chocolate company in North Bay recently. That was good. But yeah, I don't normally just go out and like necessarily buy a candy bar. So, oh well. Coke or Pepsi? Oh my God, it's not even a question. Pepsi all the way. Usually Pepsi Zero, but yeah, it's Pepsi all the way. So, I do know there's a new Coke that's out for the summer. It's like some sort of cherry cream or something like that. And it's got, I know, actually Adam, Hidden Jack Bats just did a little mini review of it. So you can check that out. I had the Coke Zero Vanilla Cream that was around Christmas time that came out. And it actually wasn't that bad, but I used to be much more of a Coke person, but then it just seems like, same with Pepsi too. I mean, I've gotten so used to having Diet Pepsi over the years and then Pepsi Zero and all. If I switch and have like a regular Coke Classic or a regular Pepsi, I can't even finish it. It's so sugary. It's just sickening to me. So I can't. It's not good. So I just can't have it. It's just ugh. So. But Coke Zero or Pepsi Zero or one of those are okay. So America has tons of different Coke flavors. Yeah, there's quite a few different Coke flavors. But they do the seasonal types of varieties and all that stuff. They're always playing around with their flavors and flavor combos. So I don't know if how many of you have seen like the Soda Stream machines that they have at like Wendy's or some of the fast food places where you can go up and you put your cup in and then you can pick from the menu. Like they have a bunch of different combinations, like of all sorts of stuff. And it's usually Coke that has the machines. And there are tons of combinations that Coke comes up with for those machines that you can run with. I mean, combinations that like lime Diet Coke, just like all sorts of stuff that I don't think you can even find them in the store if you wanted to. So those are interesting. If you've never been in one of those places before with the like Soda Stream kind of machines, those are pretty interesting stuff. So bring back Pepsi Blue. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever had Pepsi Blue or Crystal Pepsi for that matter. Crystal Pepsi was definitely an 80s thing. And I know people that really like that, but I don't recall ever having Crystal Pepsi. I don't know. It was basically like Pepsi, but just like it looked like 7-Up. It was just clear. So they just got rid of the caramel coloring in it. But I don't think it went over as good as they thought. So how about crystal clear Pepsi? That's essentially what it was. Oh, God. So who knows? And the other one that screws around all the time is Mountain Dew. They do 1.5 million different combinations and flavors with Mountain Dew. Oh, my God. And I know lots of people that like Mountain Dew, but that is another one. It's like a pure sugar bomb, and it just does not sit right with me. That is way too much sugar, and it just makes me feel like nauseous. It's just too much. So I am not a Mountain Dew fan, but I know people that are huge Dew fans. So, but not me. Sorry. Yep. What else did I do? I made a, I don't have a picture to show you, but I did do a gluten-free cinnamon roll bread over the weekend. Actually, I do have the mix thing. I think I still have the box here. Oh, I think I still have the box I can show you. I think I do. I do. So yeah, my brother was in town with his family, and my brother is celiac, so he eats gluten-free. So I've had this for a little while, and it's Miss Jones Baking Company, and it's a cinnamon bun bread mix, but it's gluten-free. So, ta-da! I don't know if anybody follows that type of stuff, but I think it turned out pretty good, all things considered. My first time making it. Mostly with the mixes, it's pretty simple and straightforward. It's different than doing it by scratch, but yeah. I haven't heard an official review from him, but I haven't heard any complaints either, so I'm going to assume that was good. And it did turn out pretty nice. Anything maple, yeah. Maple's good too. Can't complain there. Seems like where did I just hear about something with maple? Oh, there's a Pepsi maple. There's a Pepsi maple that's only available in Canada that was coming out. I don't know if it's hit the stores yet, but I remember hearing about that. And I don't know if it's like a summer flavor or what, but it's coming out in Canada. So I got to try that out when I'm up that way. Yoshi is here. Yoshi's in the house. Still freezing here. Got back in time. All right. Well, I'm glad you could make it. Nice to see you, Yoshi. Thank you. So, very cool. I'm glad you got back in time. It's probably gonna, let's see. It's 31 degrees here now, and it says light snow, but I don't really think it's doing anything outside. Sometimes the weather on the laptop doesn't always sync up right, but usually the temperature's right. So, yeah, we don't have too many nights left under freezing, so it's I think there's like maybe another 1, maybe 2 nights left in the next 10 days that are below freezing. After that, it's clear sailing. We won't be below freezing after I think Thursday maybe. So, oh well, but oh well. So everybody welcoming Yoshi in. See, Yoshi, we're all glad you came in. And trying to think what else. Maria, I'm still working away. I didn't skip your Book Nook segment this week, but I really don't have a book to report on at the moment. I'm still busy going through most of mine. So I started a few last week. I should have them wrapped up this week. And for next week's Book Nook segment, sponsored by Marie Palmer, I'll do some reviews. So tune in again next week for those. But I do try to keep up with my Book Nook reports. So my favorite episode of Married with Children. Oh Lord, I don't really remember watching it a whole lot, so I can't say that I have a favorite, but nothing stands out. I'm sorry. But I know, Marie. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I did see a nice video. I shared it with a couple people of a bookstore in Toronto that I want to check out when I come up to visit. I think it's called like the BMV bookstore or something like that, or BM bookstore or something. Hey, Juanita. Hello, hello, and welcome in. So it's got like 3 floors of books, and Brad. Oh my God. So I am going to try to find that when I get up there because it looks pretty cool. The 3rd floor is all comics and graphic novels, so I'm pretty excited about that. But of course, I love other books too, so the whole thing sounds really good to me. So I'm excited to go check it out next time I'm up in the big city there. I don't know if any of you have been to that place, but if you have, feel free to share your review. Because it looks like everyone is really wanting me to share the past chats. So I will do that. You can check it out. Probably after the stream, I'll go through and make them visible. So if you were thinking like maybe you've missed one, you were really wanting to go back and check it out, then you can watch the replay. And if you're brand new to this and you want to go back from the beginning and just binge watch, feel free. Nothing like 34 straight hours of me it's just talking. So I don't know if we're in week 34, but there's been several. So it's all good. It's at Bathurst and Bloor. Yes, I think that sounds right. BMV books. Yep. Okay. So very cool. Yeah. So Zaza, have you been to that one before or no? I saw a video about it on YouTube of all places. So that's what got me kind of interested in checking it out. So yeah. Very cool. What else? I don't know. It's been a hot minute. I had such a good time and so much fun with our last chat when we did the birthday one. That was so cool. It was just such a fun time. So if you were here for that last time, I just want you to know how much I appreciate it because it was really, really fun. And of course, now I got to make a cheesecake for Tara. But I am working on the cooking video. So the slideshow of my cooking adventures. So I have not forgotten about it. Just like the Nutcracker video, it may take some time, but I will get it done. So, oh, very cool, Zaza. Okay. Well, tell him I saw a video about it and I thought it looked really cool and I'm looking forward to checking it out. So very nice. Kudos to him. And so you can look forward to that. I went back looking through the different pictures that I've got like probably like 90 or 100 photos of different stuff that I've made over the years. So I didn't realize I've been doing it and keeping track of it that long. So it'll be quite the video when you see it. So there's 3 of them. Wow. Okay. I only knew about the one. So I think it's probably the one you're talking about at Bathurst and Bloor. But I didn't know they had other ones. So that's pretty neat. Good for him that he's been able to expand it to 3 locations. Wow. And so that's on the list for sure. And so the cooking video, I will be getting that together. It may not be this week, but it will be soon. So definitely something to check out there and give me some feedback on. Frankie I thought he was up earlier, but apparently he's back to sleeping. So I thought he might make an appearance, but he's like no dice clay on that tonight. So oh well. What else? I don't know what's been going on with you guys. What you been up to all week? Yeah, I know the dash cam too. You know, Brad, the funny part is I actually took it out of the package the other day just to see what it looked like. And I was not inspired. So I have to really take some time and look through it and actually get it figured out. It didn't seem as easy as the drone did. Like with the drone, I kind of like, I don't even need to read the instructions that much. I'm kind of like, I kind of know what to do with this for the most part. With the dash cam, it's like, this is going to require me to actually read instructions and stuff. So, yeah. So I'll have to actually like invest some time and do that. But I am working on that too. It's on the list. I promise you. So it'll get done. I don't know when, but it will get done. The drone I am still actively plotting on, so it's not been lost. Yeah, maybe that might be a possibility. You know who probably helped me with the dash cam is, to be honest with you, is probably my nephew, because he's younger and more mechanically inclined, as they say. So he probably would be the one that would know how to do this like in a heartbeat. So it's coming. I'll get the right tech support for this and do it. Zaza made sloppy joes. Yes, I do like some sloppy joes. I made chicken riggies again last week. That was quite good. And I made homemade mac and cheese on Friday. My sister-in-law fell down and hurt her ankle, so we're all trying to make some meals for her to kind of help out. So I did homemade mac and cheese on Friday, which was very good. I still have a little bit left over that I'm having tomorrow, but that turned out quite well. So I didn't take pictures of that one, but so it won't be in the slideshow, but it was good. Kelly's saying you were looking at the new stadium they're making for the World Cup soccer coming to Toronto. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. FIFA is coming. That'll be for sure a very busy time. Hopefully they have good weather. But yes, indeed. Sloppy Joes you can't go wrong with either. I'm seeing all the comments about that. So, yep. Toronto will be buzzing between World Cup soccer. They got the Jays. There'll be all sorts of stuff going on there. So, very cool. Looking forward to going up and hanging out with some folks up that way this summer. Very, very nice. What else? Trying to think what else I can share with you guys that's going on, but it's been a little bit more quiet. I'm still getting some stuff off Whatnot, but nothing that I can really get that excited about that I'd want to necessarily. Oh, I know. Actually, I did get something for my nephew. Hold on one second. I'll show you this. I know how many of you are basketball fans, but I was on this one Whatnot show, and they had these replica. Oh, this is quite sharp. Foil $100 bills with the NBA players on it. And my nephew, he's 13, and he loves Stephen Curry. Loves it. So they had at the time one of these bills. Oops. For Steph Curry. And I got it for like, I don't know, $2 or something. It's a foil bill, so it's obviously not a real bill, but it is very, very cool, and it has his points and rebounds and all this type of stuff, and picture of him with his championship trophy and things and all this type of good stuff. So for him, he's gonna go crazy over this when he gets it. So he's a big fan of Steph Curry, so he's gonna go crazy. So I was kind of excited to actually get that for him. And it came in the mail today. I'm like, what the hell is this? What did I just get now? Sometimes it's weird. I'll get stuff and it's like, what did I order now? That's how you know you have a problem, when stuff shows up and you're like, I don't even remember this. But then I open it up and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. So that's pretty cool. Have I ever had matzo ball soup? I feel like I probably have, but I don't really remember it very well. So I feel like it's been a long, long time. I really don't remember it. And do I like gefilte fish? So Zaza, let me give you a little clue here. I do not like fish at all, period. I am not a big fan. The only fish that I have, besides tuna fish, which I will have for a tuna fish sandwich, I won't just have like a tuna steak, is the fake fish that comes to like Wendy's or McDonald's. Like so fillet of fish and stuff like that, which I call fake fish because anybody who's a fish connoisseur will tell you that that's just like fake fish. I mean, I technically think it's real fish, but it's not the fish you would enjoy for a meal. So, um, I'm not a fish fan. No way, shape, or form. Every fish that is ever offered to me, I would gladly give to Brad Palmer because I do not. It's nothing for me. I don't want to. I would have anything else, roughly speaking, besides fish. So yeah. So no. Oh, you worked for a catering firm. Oh, well, yes, but you can get omegas other ways too. You can have it in nuts, and you can have it in stuff too, olives and things. So I will be happy to pass up on the omegas. I don't care. So Brad is not into that type of fish. Okay, we got to have the pickerel, right, Brad? Pickerel vibes. McDonald's pizza, I do not remember. No, other than I knew it wasn't near me. So, Zaza, you grew up on gefilte fish. Salmon. Yep, I know you like your salmon too. Yep. My dad actually, when he was in Alaska, he went for a couple of trips up there. Had them professionally wrapped and all this type of deal and shipped with dry ice and had them come back to here to his house and enjoyed them. And more power to you. I would have a lot better use for any whatever the hell that cost than that. But he likes that stuff. So he used to take us bullheading up at camp, which the bullheads are like the nighttime fish in the lake, and we would enjoy that for the most part. Though I think that's when I got kind of turned off to fish because we would catch a whole bunch of bullhead, and then like the next morning he would like have to clean them all, and we were watching it, and we're like, and I also I don't like all the bones in fish too, frankly. Like the wild fish that we used to get up at camp. So it's like I don't really want to deal with all that. So so yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of fish. So did I watch Hilarious House of Frankenstein? Nope. I don't know anything about it. Can't tell you if it was hilarious or not. But sorry about that. But yeah, so fish and me, no. That's a no-fly zone. But it's funny because people ask me when we go out to dinner or something, they'll say, well, what do you think Bob's gonna have? Chicken. Though I still love that steak I had at the Keg 2 years ago. That was so good. Oh my gosh. It was like the best. I still dream about that. It's all good. I do like shrimp though. I'll have like fried shrimp. I like those. And I'll have fried clam strips and stuff like that. But I have crab. But yeah. Were you fab? So yeah. That's my whole seafood thing. I really don't even like lobster very much, to be quite honest with you. Wouldn't be something I would go crazy with. So hey, Faith, good to see you. Hello. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate the sunflower. What's your favorite cartoons? Oh my goodness. on TV. Like growing up, I mean, we had a lot of favorite cartoons. You know, anything that was on Saturday morning, pretty much we loved. Scooby, of course, yeah, Batman, Super Friends for sure, He-Man, G.I. Joe, Transformers, oh my goodness, Thundar the Barbarian. I mean, if it was on Saturday morning, pretty much we were watching it. So yes, I did watch Heathcliff. Yep. I did. I can't say I watched a lot of Hee Haw. I was familiar with it, and I might have watched snippets of it here and there. But when Hee Haw was on the air, I don't think I was the right age for it, like the right market for it. So it probably was kind of like over my head a little bit. So we didn't go too crazy with it. But I do remember of it. So, but yeah. And I like the old classic Scoobies, not so much the newer versions of it. Back when they used to have crazy guest stars like Zsa Zsa Gabor and Don Rickles and all these other people, the Harlem Globetrotters and stuff. So, but what's your favorite Charlie Brown special? Well, of course, it's got to be Christmas, right? It's got to be, or The Great Pumpkin, but I think I'll go for Christmas. So, yeah. Actually, there was a kind of a cool comic that came out a few years ago called the Scooby Apocalypse, and it it was a strange twist on Scooby and the gang if they were in an apocalyptic future. It's actually quite good. It got really good reviews. You'd have to get it in a trade paperback collection now because trying to find the individual issues is hard. But Scooby Apocalypse was like a big kind of sleeper hit that year from DC. So, but yep, and Scooby-Doo meets Batman and Robin, and Scooby-Doo meets Gilligan's Island. It was all that type of stuff. So, yep. Oh my God, Brad, that is like that's my all-time favorite one. That to this day, if I watch it, it still cracks me up. I will cry tears of laughter watching that one. It is just that is like the peak of comedy to me. It's just hilarious. Where he lifts up the thing and Bug does abracadabra and he turns into a bat and then splat. And it's just, I don't know. I to this day, I think that's the funniest cartoon of all time, that one episode. So I will watch that forever and laugh all the time. That is just the best. So yes, I did watch The Simpsons in the 90s. And it's still good. I mean, Simpsons, kind of hard not to like The Simpsons. So yeah, I wasn't there at the very, very, very beginning of The Simpsons, but we caught on to it after a while, and we watched a lot of Simpsons. It was always funny and good. So yeah, no complaints there. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Yep, watched a ton of those for sure. Of course, like I said, I was into comics, so Batman, Super Friends, Spider-Man, and Amazing Friends, the Superpowers Hour, all that stuff. Those were all, had to watch those. We spent many a day pretending we were tracking down the Legion of Doom in the swamp and all that stuff. With a lot of G.I. Joe thrown in too, for sure. He-Man was on after school every day, so we always had to tune in and watch him. I think he was on at like 4:00 or something, 4:30 maybe, and then we had dinner at 5. And then we had to do homework after dinner. And if we were lucky, at like 8:00, we would get to watch whatever particular show it was at the time. I don't know. Sometimes it was like Little House on the Prairies. Sometimes it was like Mutual Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Oh my God, Grizzly Adams. I'm trying to think of the other shows. I mean, these were like on during, like prime time, and we would watch the Brady Bunch, of course. So yeah, it was a different time. Hey, Trojan Elk Explorer, thanks so much for stopping in. Nice to see you. Appreciate it. Hello. So yeah, there was lots of good stuff there. It's just funny. I was seeing an article the other day where people were talking about how back in the day, not that long ago, we're talking like the 80s, maybe even the 90s, when you really only had like 3 or 4 major channels, there was more shared culture, so to speak, because the next day, most everybody at work was talking about one of the 2 programs that was on during prime time. Like, "Do you see Seinfeld last night, or The Cosby Show, or did you see Cheers," or whatever. And now there's so many options of so many things that it's very hard to connect the dots, so to speak. Um, it's hard to, you can't watch everything. And so before, there used to be these kind of cultural touchstones, like if people were um, watching and seeing a lot of the same stuff that they could talk about the next day, or, just start a conversation or whatever. And now we're just so scattered with all of our entertainment, I guess, that there isn't those same touchstones like there used to be. So I think that's part of, just putting keeping everybody in their own corners, so to speak. So, I love Frasier. Love, love, love Frasier. So I wasn't a big Cheers fan, but I love Frasier. Go figure that one out. So love Niles. I saw, who did I see? Shoot. One of the actresses from the Superman movies passed away today. I feel bad. I can't remember her name, but she was the Miss Tessmacher in the movie. And I guess she's been in several other films. She's been in a number of films over the years, but she passed away. Of course, Chuck Norris passed away over the weekend. The celebrities coming and going all the time, right? Seems like lately there's been a bunch of them. Oh, well. Yeah, exactly. Trojan, I get that. Yep. Got to catch up with all the streamers now. So Columbo or Matlock? I'll say Matlock on that one, because we used to actually watch Matlock once in a while, not like religiously, but we used to watch it fairly often. Captain Kirk, yep. So yeah, we used to watch a lot of the game shows too. Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, Family Feud, Celebrity Family Feud. The one with the the one with the briefcases. What the heck was the one? They had the dollar amounts in it. Oh shoot. It had $1 million case in one of them. What the heck was it called? Now I can't remember it. I don't know. That's weird that I can't remember it now. I don't know. Well, we used to watch that game show a lot because Howie Mandel was the guy that was running it, and that was on in prime time. So we watched that pretty frequently. Why am I not thinking of the name of the stupid game show? Let's make it. Is it not? It's not. It's not. Let's make a deal. Shoot. Deal or No Deal. That's it. Deal or No Deal. So yeah, we watched that a lot too during prime time. It's not that long ago, but yeah, we did watch that. Classic Concentration with Alex Trebek. Yes, loved watching all those. The Joker's Wild. Pressure Luck. Sale of the Century. I watched a lot of those. Hollywood Squares. Yeah, lots of cool stuff. So I don't really remember Starsky and Hutch very well, to be honest with you. Happy Days, yes, we watched a lot of that. Laverne and Shirley. Alice. Gilligan's Island. Yeah, that's a bunch of those. Oh, cool, Chris. Yeah. Very nice. He's legendary. So, yeah. Fancy. And Pinky Tuscadero. So Betty White's a legend, of course. Win, Lose, or Draw. That was a big one. And then what was the other one? Shoot. Match Game. That was a little risque, but we enjoyed that one too. Knight Rider, we watched that a lot. Trying to think. We watched Elf, of course. Love Elf. Family Ties. Yeah, there's a lot of them during the 80s that we watched growing up. Leave It to Beaver. We used to watch Leave It to Beaver on reruns. We watched Batman from the 60s on after school every day on reruns back in the 80s. So that's how we kind of grew up with that. That was pretty neat. So lots of good stuff. Television back then was really good. I mean, there's good shows now, probably, don't get me wrong, but everything's either like way overproduced or just reality TV. And I think there was a lot more emphasis on just doing like sitcoms and, you know, more family type programming, I guess. I don't know. It just was a different era, I guess. But yeah. And Brad, that was back when you had to actually go up and turn the knob on the television. We had one of those where you had to go up and go click, 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 click. And sometimes it didn't come in good on one thing, so you had to like kind of sort of maneuver it a little bit so the signal would come in good on it. We actually had rabbit ears on our televisions more than once. Even though we did have cable, it was still at one point that we had to have rabbit ears on. If you know what rabbit ears are, you're old enough to remember. So, yeah, it was interesting. But it was fun. It's just how it goes, you know. So, coat hangers. But it was good because, you know, the funny thing is it would, you know, I come from I would say a larger family. I have 2 brothers and a sister plus my parents, and we all grew up in the same house. And when we would have to watch like whatever the Disney Sunday movie is or whatever was on that night at 8 o'clock, Mom would make a big thing of popcorn and we'd all sit there and watch it together. And it's like such a weird concept now that, you know, can you imagine like a family just sitting and watching one show together, just, you know, on a Wednesday night or Thursday night or Sunday night or whatever? It's just like all the kids and the parents sitting and watching the same show. It's just, it's just not common anymore. So, but it was kind of a family thing back in the 80s, 70s, all that, to watch a nice program, funny program, as a family. So it was cool. It was good memories too. So I was asking, how do I make my eggs? The only way I make my eggs is scrambled. The only way. I don't really like sunny side up. I don't like over easy. They got to be scrambled. Though the exception to that being hard boiled. I mean, if they're hard boiled eggs, like, you know, Easter eggs or whatever, egg salad, that type of stuff, I'll go for that, and deviled eggs. But I'm talking like breakfast food wise. If they ask, how do you want your eggs? It's got to be scrambled. So my mom likes them with the yolks runny so she can dip her bread in it and all this. And like, yeah, it's got to be scrambled. So all good with me. So there you go. I'm not sure if you tuned in this week just to hear me talk about classic television. I know I didn't, but that's kind of what it turned out to be. So hopefully you've enjoyed this walk down memory lane with rabbit ears. But it's always fun to chat along and catch up on all these crazy things. Talk about the good old days, right? But it's fun. It's all good, all different. But so yeah, I will definitely get to cracking on the like my egg joke there. I'll get to cracking. I will get cracking on the food slide video there, Bob's Cooking Adventures, and hopefully have that in the next 2 weeks. So thank you, Zaza. I appreciate that. And you are the rose. If we're going to quote Bette Midler. So, and yeah, it's always fun hanging with everybody. So like I said, I hope you enjoy this. I hope you have a little bit of fun, got a few smiles out of this. If you get a chance and feel inclined, feel free to hit the like button. If you're brand new, welcome, and join us again next week. I will go through and release the hounds, so to speak, and put up all the other chats from the last however many months, 8 months or something. So if there's one you've missed and you want to go check it out, be my guest. So in the meantime, I appreciate all of you. I thank you for coming and hanging out tonight. It's always great seeing you. As Henry would say, treat yourself and have a great week. And I don't know if Liam is going to be live. He's usually live right at 9 o'clock. But if so, feel free to go over to Epic Nation HD and hang out with him. Otherwise, I will see you next week, and I wish you all the best, okay? Talk to you soon. Have a great week.